said, you just remember the syntax. You don't need to just worry about all these special keywords. Okay, so we will understand in detail what is this main method. We'll split this main method into different keywords and we'll understand this. Okay, so what is your main method is, it basically takes care of your complete execution. Okay, in a Java program, we need to have a main method to run all the methods defined into the program. Okay, so if you split this main method, right, it has a keyword. The first keyword called as public. Okay, from the term public itself you can understand, right? Public means what? When it is given by government, it is a public stuff, right? So it can be used or accessed by everyone. So that's why a main method should be always public. We should not be giving it as private. So what this public, private, protected is called as, there is a concept called as access specifiers. So once we see access specifiers, I'll explain about different types of access specifiers. For now, you can have in your mind, your main method should be always public. Okay, it can be accessed or called anywhere from your Java program. Okay, so what is this static? Static means it is basically another keyword in Java where you don't need to create any object. Okay, so don't worry what is object, what we need to do that. You don't need to worry about that. I'll explain about what is object and what is a static keyword. Okay, so for now you can have it in your mind. If it is static, there is no need of creating objects. Okay, so objects in the sense, I don't need to create a specific object name to call that method. We can directly use this main method anywhere in the program. Okay, in the Java class file, you have to define that main method and you can call any method which is defined in the program directly. Okay, that is what this static is all about. What is this void? Talking about this main method, right? So we were seeing what are the different keywords which are used here. So we saw what is void, and also this main keyword is there. Okay, so if we change this main as main one or mains or anything like that, your main method will not be understood by your compiler. Okay, always the method name has to be main over here. I cannot give the method name like my name or anything like that. Okay, so this is the name which will be understood by your Java compiler. And once if you give this as a syntax, your compiler understand, okay, there is a main method for this program and it will execute the code accordingly for you. Okay, so for running any Java program, we need to have a main method. Without main method, your Java program will not execute. All right, so now what we will do is we will actually jump into editor execution. So let's actually not use notepads going forward because we are going to do a lot of programming, right? So I cannot actually use notepads to write the program. So rather, let's go to an editor mode and we'll try to run the program from an editor. Okay, so what editor which you are going to use for our both Java and Selenium is, we are going to use an editor called as Eclipse. Okay, so I have just given the link for Eclipse editor as well in this softwares folder. If you're not able to get it, if you're not able to download it, it is pretty simple. You can download Eclipse editor online. So you can just go to Google and you can just give Eclipse editor download. One second, team. Eclipse editor download. So you always can just have one thumb rule in your mind. All these softwares which you download, right? Download it from their official website. Don't download any software from different website like Softonic or any other website. Okay. If you want to download a software, always download from their official website. Okay. So for Eclipse, this is their official website link. You can come here and you can just give download this Eclipse editor over here. Okay. So once you give this, you'll be redirected to the downloaded page. So I'll just give this link also in the chat. So if you're not having editor, that's fine. You can run the program in the compiler, but from the next class, right, I would suggest you to have Java installed as well as this Eclipse editor installed in your machine. Okay, so if you just click on this download, you'll be able to download the Eclipse editor onto your machine. That's it, nothing apart from that. You can use this link, or I have already shared that software's link over here. You can download it from here. It is normal, again, an exe file. You just need to double tap, open open, give next, and you should be able to install that successfully. All right. So once you install your Eclipse editor, right? So I'll show you how your workspace looks like. Okay. So I'll show it from scratch. I just created one program today morning. Let's do it from scratch. Okay. So once you open your Eclipse editor, right? So you'll be able to see a screen like this. Let me create a new workspace. Hmm. Copy. A new workspace over here. So always make sure you document all these folders correctly, because end of the day, for our quick reference, right? So whatever programs which we are going to do, you can actually come here and refer it for your reference standpoint. So if you keep your program somewhere and near your workspace, different place, right? It will be very difficult for you. So now if you see, once you install Eclipse Editor, right? So you'll be able to see a screen like this, and it will launch the editor for you. Take a minute. Let it come up. Okay, it is just creating, you see, in the workspace folder, it is creating a workspace for you. So what is a workspace is, you know, from the term itself, right? So whatever projects that you create, everything will be coming and residing inside your Eclipse workspace here. So that's why I said, team, make sure this folder is kept in a proper location so that you can get the backup easily. Okay, it is charting it. All right. So once you open in your machine, right, you'll be able to see a screen like this. Okay. You won't be able to see any programs or something like that. You'll be able to see a welcome screen like this. You can just close this welcome screen, and it will be an empty screen for you. Here you'll be able to see a package explorer where you can create Java project, create a project, import projects. What is this import project is? Say if I'm working on a team where my automation project is being shared across my team members, and I'm new to the project, I want to import that automation project. I can use this import projects, and I can have that project viewed inside this editor for me. Okay, so Eclipse Editor is very strong from Java standpoint. There are different plugins which are there, which needs to be installed as part of automation. So once we learn, once we start with automation, right, that time I'll tell you how we can do those. Okay, so for now, what we will do is we will first create a simple Java project. Okay, so we can use this create Java project link over here, or you can come here, click on file, new Java project, or you can go to project. In any way we can do it. Okay, you'll be able to see Java option over here, right? So you can just click on Java project, give next. Okay, so once you give next, right, make sure you give a proper naming convention for your project. So we are going to give the project name like Java practice. Okay, and here the execution environment, what I'm going to switch is I'm going to give 1.8, because 1.8 is a stable Java release and it is still an open source project. So not like your 11, 13 or 17 which has been released by Java. Okay, so my recommendation is go with Java 1.8. That's what I have given you the install level link as well. So make sure you select 1.8 over here, and you can just give next and finish. Okay, so this is how your Java projects looks like. Okay, so if you see in our previous example, what we did, we just created one folder and we created one notepad and have that our Java programs here, right? But in general or in real world, when you are working on an automation project, this is how your project actually looks like. Okay, this is just a Java project. We'll be converting, adding many libraries and other stuff. It will not be looking very small like this. It will be looking huge. So you don't need to worry. We will see that in our upcoming classes. Okay, so for now, you first understand what is this Java project. Inside this Java project, right? If you just expand this one, to run a Java program, what are the necessary jar files which are required? Okay, arcade files which are required, which will be defined over here for you. Okay, so we don't need to do anything here. You can just minimize this one and keep it. And all our programs, okay, so it has to be written inside this source file, I mean source folder only. Okay, please don't create any other folder or just make this structure in an improper way. So my recommendation is all your programs, whatever you write, right, everything should be coming inside in your source folder. So, and we cannot directly create a file inside the source folder. So we just created a normal file, demo1 file, and we executed, right? We should not be doing like that. Rather, we should package all the files. Okay. So this is one of the concept in Java, which is called as encapsulation. I think you might have heard this term in our college days or in our school days, right? Encapsulation. What is encapsulation is we are capsuling our Java programs inside a package. You know what is capsule, right? Have you seen a tablet? How the tablet looks like, capsule tablet. If you open it, you will be able to see the medicine inside that. The similar way, we have to package all the Java programs inside a capsule. That is called as encapsulation. Okay, we'll see encapsulation in detail. We'll see different programs inside that. But for now, you can understand this. So how we have to write our Java program? We have to create a capsule. That is, we have to create a package. If you just right click on the source folder, you'll be able to see an option called as package over here. Okay, and inside this we have to give a package name. Okay, always the best practice for creating a package name is we have to give with the help of some com or any dot variable. Okay, so I usually follow this pattern. I'll show you how Selenium defines their packages once we see their structure. Okay, I basically give my package name something like this. Okay, com dot uh, basics. Okay, I'll just create a package like this. I'll show you how this project looks like in a folder standpoint. Okay, I created a package. So inside this package, I'm going to create my Java classes. Okay, so I just need to right click on my package. I need to click on new. I'll click on this class. Okay, I said right, in Java world, everything is a Java class file. You don't need to specifically create it as a notepad file. Okay, in Eclipse, what will happen is this editor basically has its compiler on its own. You don't need to specifically create a file and convert it into a this thing. So by default, if you click on the class file, right? So I can just give first program. Okay, and I can have my access modifiers, everything over here. You don't need to select anything. If you want to have this main method, okay, which methods would you like to create? So I'll just have this main method. This is what we learned, right? I'll just create my main method default over here and I'll just give finish. So once I give finish, you'll be able to see the program which is created. See, this is the capsule name, your package name, com.basics, and I have by default the access specifier as public, which will be accessed by everyone inside this package. Okay, this program can be accessed, and I have this main method also defined. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll write a simple program, okay, just to print something. Whatever we did in the notepad, the same is what we're going to do it over here. So I'm just going to print hello world or hi team or anything like that. Okay, so how will I do? I need to write a sysO statement, right? So to print something, I need to use system.out.println. Okay, so see, in Eclipse it is very fancy team. Okay, if I just give SYSO, this is a very shortcut for giving sysO statements. Okay, if I just give SYSO and I give control space, it by default gets me my system.out.println statement. Okay, so what I have to do, very simple. I'll just give SYSO control space. Okay, once I give like this, my sysO statement will be coming by default, and I'll just give hi, good morning. My output should be always in double quotes, whatever I need to print. Okay, I given this program now. Now, how will I run this? It's pretty simple. I just need to right click on this file. I can right click here, I can right click here, anywhere I can right click, or I can just give this run program. But again, the recommended way is whichever program you have opened, right? Always come to this area, right click over here and give right click run as Java application. Once you give us Java application, you will be able to see the output generated over here in the console section. Hi, good morning. Whatever I have printed over here, you will be able to see that printed in your console. Okay, so I was telling, right, to run any Java program, we need to have our main method defined. Okay, so now if I just change this as main one, it will understand that as a method, but it will not understand that as a main method. Now, if I just right click, go to run as, see, there is no option to run this program itself. It is not showing me an option to run as Java application because there is no main method. The compiler is not able to understand this as a main method for me. Okay, that's why this keyword, this main keyword is very important. We have to make sure this main method is defined. Only then you will be able to run this program. Okay, so what is the fanciness of running a program in Notepad and rather in Eclipse editor is when you type a program, right, by default, the compiler will find the errors directly over here. Now, if I miss to give a quote over here, right, it is showing me what is the error in my program. It is telling me the literal, the string which you have given is not closed properly. But when I write the program over here, now see, I'll just remove this and save it. There is no error which has been shown. If I come here and execute this program, this is one more cache team. Okay. Each time I run a program, right, I have to compile the file, only then I have to run it. Okay. If I just give Java demo one, it will basically take the class file which has been already compiled. It will not take the new class file for me. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just recompile the same file demo1.java. See, now only it is throwing me the error. The same error, whatever we saw in the Eclipse editor, right? The same error, it's what showing. It is expecting some close statements over here. Okay, so that's where we will be actually using editors like this. It is very fancy for us. When we type the code itself, it gives us the error then and there in the line. Okay, and we'll be able to rectify it on the spot rather running the program from a notepad. Okay, so I'll just pause here for a moment. Any questions till now on how this Eclipse editor works, how we create a package, what is the science which is happening behind this compilers, how a Java program is being run, what is the main